we're going to be going into the match. This is map 1 between Big and OG. The rematch. It seems like the only other team that has had in this tournament Big's number is Team Vitality, who defeated them in a very close game yesterday. The only other team that has shown us that they can take down Big is OG. And this is the rematch here for CS Summit 6 Online. And we're going to see Big on that T side to kick things off. Have they made the adjustments to never again lose to OG?
You got me all hyped up, Dan. Pretty good.
Let's go.
It's his job. It's our job, Eric.
But he's so good at it.
He's a gosh darn professional. And so are the players in this server. And oh, NBK holding this position. Wow, so well. NBK. Oh, man. What a start.
Baloney.
What?
I'm picking OG to win.
That's fantastic. That was such a sick play from MBK. Just the patience is beautiful. It's always so satisfying to watch a master at work. First frag, a little bit labored. The follow-up, so very clinical, and then the 4th kill. The precision. No adjustment. After that flick, there was no adjustment. It was just pinpoint accuracy from MBK.
Those kind of shots feel good.
That's so good to see as well. I think, again, OG, the underdog team here. Seeing them having a good start is definitely exciting.
Yeah, that was absolutely bonkers from NBK. Great stuff by him, but oh man. They're not out of the woods just yet. Keto with the Deagle. Such a scary player at times. Only able to find one though. Quickly shut down by Issa as he tries to force the issue. But the rest of Big is here now. Okay, they were posturing as if they wanted to go towards that B site, but does not look like that'll be the case. They want to clear out some of these forward positions that may be had by OG.
Oh, good luck clearing out Valde. He's going to have the sound cues. Surely he's got the sound cues. But they started to walk now, and he could actually get peeked here by tabseN, who has the Deagle to his right-hand side. A little trigger discipline, but the bursts are not quite happening for him. That is very unfortunate. I think there's a low chance of that happening if you run it 20 times. And now the bomb stuck top mid. So Alexi B actually has a chance to slow things down, but angles will be held by the scout, and tabseN will go for a mid to B smoke. So they've forced the CTs out of position now, but which way will they go? Okay, they're suggesting it to B play. Elise is on the outside, but here comes a push in towards A. A flashbang as well. Alexi B, they could lose this round!
Depends what Mantu's able to do. That's a labored spray from Mantu. Oh, the recovery is there, though. He had, I felt like, no chance to win that, but for some reason, somehow, he just made it work. He's fine. Everything's cool.
It's like you see Valde miss, and then Mantu just clean it up. And it's unlucky. They had like 2 guns just looking right at him. 2 great guns.
And a great start for OG. They've had some scary times, but they've been handling things exceptionally well so far. Big on the save, and they have a couple, well, 3 Deagles and a PT-50, a couple flashbangs. They're looking for some kills. A couple kills perhaps is really the most reasonable expectation or objective for this round. Getting the bomb down with no utility is basically an impossibility, not to be considered. But it's these little engagements, the fact that Keto got a couple of shots there. Maybe one of those shots is going to connect. Similarly for his teammates, can they find something? The shadow advantage here is huge, by the way.
Oh, the flash is perfect. Oh, Valde, he can't get out. Oh, wow.
What a flash.
Now Mantu will have to try to stop these players towards long, and he can't do much either. Oh, this is going so badly for OG. Alexi B.
Lining up for Alexi B. He's seen a few of them. He could boost his teammate to try and take position because they don't have any eyes on short, and this is really awkward for them, but they're going to try and abuse that range while they have it with the M4s. Now that bomb has been committed around the corner, so they're going to have to go back for it eventually. The flashbang will give them a chance. Tizian will take Ether out, looking for a flank, which is never going to come. NBK has made his way towards Cyber's teammate. Be careful how he plays it with the MP9. They can see now that Tizian's made his way into the pit. He's got no Kevlar, though. But it's still a very dangerous round for OG as well. You can see NBK's upgraded to the M4A4 just in time. Very scary round for OG, and I'm changing my pick back to Big.
One thing I'll quickly mention is that the couple engagements I've seen Mantu in so far, the first engagement it looked a little bit sluggish, like he wasn't really warm or focused, and the same can be said for the second engagement. And I haven't seen him kind of look that sluggish in any other match so far, so I'm hoping it's just maybe we'll take him a little bit of warm up to kind of get his head back in the game, but it offered up opportunities for Big. But there we go. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. He's got the AWP. It's a different look, and he gets an early pick.
Doesn't need to shoot his gun if he just has AWP.
Yeah.
No spray necessary. Just point and click. Lexi B trying to get little forward progress on that catwalk. He's smoked off. Has to wait. He has to respect it. Respect the smoke.
It's important as well to show that you're going to be challenging that mid-timing with the AWP, because the teaser will otherwise take it for free, and it gives them a lot of advantages. Lexi B hears the footsteps there on the catwalk position. That's his cue to drop off. HE to deny some of the setup grenades. You can see Big were actually waiting for that, and they avoid that damage.
I wonder if OG has a read. Alexi went straight to the spawn. But that doesn't matter because Mantu's getting flashed off and he gets taken out long. Missed shot. Missed opportunity. And now Big are scaling the bomb site with the bomb.
So this is a
difficult retake if they mostly go through that lower position. I guess Mantu did a double scope in case somebody dropped off into CT, and again that high ground advantage is going to be abused, but usually getting more than you might expect from this. How on earth do you win those kind of duels? A cheeky jumping from NBK. Now does Citizen realize that they're both in a similar position, goes for the fake, doesn't hit the first shot, and it becomes more and more awkward. That was a brutal retake of the A bomb site from mostly the lower area.
NBK.
It's very rare you see such success.
NBK. Yeah, he's just owning everyone today.
He's popping off right now.
This guy's been deathmatch for 5 hours straight. Look at him go. Like that first pistol round, that was a good start, but he's looking very deadly right now.
Yeah, I think OG had no right to even win that round in terms of the positioning on Big after the post plant. They had like 3 big players on the catwalk, almost like a firing squad, looking down towards CT ramp, and NBK somehow kills 3 people in that spot. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, he traded every single kill reliably. And it's a very fast timing again that Big have found towards catwalk, but again, they start off the round losing a player. LXCB getting the opening this time. Limited utility here for Big, and whatever sluggishness was present on OG's side, NBK is making up for that and then some. Really good to see. So this round looks much the same as the previous, but with less utility for Big. But the positioning is the same, more or less. The question is, after showing from the cat control they're willing to just go into the A set piece, are they going to do that again? Or is this the case of, they're going to throw a fake at OG, or maybe they'll just drift towards the B split without further pressure on A? It looks like that will be the case.
All right, mid to B coming out. Issa at the double doors right now will be the first player challenged. Where are the nades to support him? There's the flash, and he's able to find a 2K because of it. Keto does find him while blind, but the rotations are already there for OG. Alexi B on the flank leaves just Tapson in the 1v3, and quick to take him out will be Mantu.
Nice simple pop flash from OG in that situation. Pretty much guaranteeing Issa 2 kills outside the bomb site. We've seen a lot more consistency on the CT side pop flashing and like throughout this whole tournament, and it makes me happy. It makes me happy as a sport player.
It's unlucky that Big went towards it B in that respect, because the only person on A who had flashes was Valde, who was behind the long door. So there were no support flashes for Mantu rotating back to the A site for whoever it was who was on the site, who also had no flashes either. So that may have been a more difficult hold for OG with their commitment to long. But here we are, a solid 5-0 for OG. And if you didn't come into this game warm and you're on the OG squad, you're definitely going to be piping hot now with the rounds they've had to win and the fashion in which they've done it.
You can already see the
pistols.
The style of OG already is just this. It feels like there's this lack of initiative across the map, but when plays start to commence, they're just so ready for everything. They are just so on top of it. They didn't really have anyone with some forward information. They just read the play that was coming out, mid to B split, good nade protocols, and that's how OG play. They just minimize their losing conditions in every round.
Yeah, it's a really good point. And it also makes, if they do start ever incorporating aggression every so often, it just makes that stronger as well. Good positioning here from BK. He's going to be loving this, just eating them up there in the tunnels. Obviously, it is just an eco, so we don't have to get too excited, but he's adding to the stats, man. He's working on some beautiful numbers.
He wants the ace.
Get it!
Get it!
Ace! Ace!
14 kills, 1 death, no assists because he shoots to kill.
Wow. So many multi-kill rounds from MBK. 2 4Ks, an ace. What more? What more can he do?
And that's half the rounds so far of the entire game. It's actually pretty nuts.
Yeah, his aim looks
Yeah,
like
that was huge.
point.
Big had 2 players facing the site with grenades to deploy. So it was a very risky execute into that B bomb site, let's say. Never made it a foot inside. And that's a 6-0 for OG. Big have maximum loss bonus, and there's plenty of CS to be played, but 6-0 on the CT side of Dust 2 is a pretty great start for OG. I'm not sure if Valdez had a chance to get a kill yet, with all the work NBK's been doing.
Indeed. That's the thing, sometimes I wonder if one guy's playing so well, does he call off the rest of his team because they don't get any kills?
Let me get my ace, let me get my ace.
Is it actually is it something that will hurt the overall team? I don't know, but Kito's looking to open things up towards A. He's found an opportunity here. Teammates will try to capitalize, pushing forward through the long doors. They've managed to trade out successfully here for a 4 versus 3 advantage as they look to take that A bomb site. Xantares on that mid lurk. We talked about this yesterday. It's one of the reasons why a lot of teams avoid going mid entirely, just go through CT. Because this lurk is so difficult to deal with. Oh, the flash works out though. But there's still more players from the cat position, and that will finish it off there. Great round from Kito with the 3K. And Big pick up their first round.
And in order to make that mid lurk kind of work for the CTs, is that you have to have people on the catwalk to kind of help you out. Otherwise, as we saw right there, a person like Xantares in the lower tunnels, if he doesn't have to worry about catwalk, he can focus 100% on the double doors, which is something you don't want to do or have as a CT when you're trying to retake middle.
I think something that may not bode well for Big already in this game is that the way they just found their first round was off the back of Kito running through a Molotov on catwalk by himself. It wasn't really as much of a team effort as it was just a solo player making an excellent play. So that kind of success is hard to replicate if you're on Big, especially against a team of OG's caliber. Then again, I say that, and they do have players like Surson and Xantares that can find openings like that into these rounds. It's just, will OG be able to punish if there's any more further solo aggressions in the future is the real question. Can they at least trade off of those kind of fights or make them 2v1s instead of 1v1s?
So it's looking for the long pick. Flashbang plan is good. Oh, the flick will not connect. He wants more though, going for the re-peek with that flashbang. So doesn't find anything. He's there. 2-man, 3-man spray down coming through. Kito, Tizian, and Xantares all falling. And, oh, that HE could connect. Yeah, beautiful stuff from tabseN. That's going to help out. Has to make a forward play here. MBK, he is feeling it right now. What a play around the side of the smoke. tabseN never expected it. MBK finding the small edges. And Valde finishes it off. And that's not a good way to follow up a round you've just won. They just got deleted towards that. They keep wanting to rush B, but MBK's not having it.
B is such a hard bomb site to take on this map. You have to maybe support it with more mid splits to B than the straight up B take, because if 2 people are playing B all the time and you're not conditioning them to maybe rotate a little more towards middle, you're exactly going to see what you saw that round. One person spamming, one person nading, and then the other guy spams, and then the other person nades.
Just so you know, the B players are like 9-2 and 15-1 or something. So just want to say, just want to point it out.
It's
happening again. Oh, 2 players left here. They will actually find the trades into the side. Seems like they don't want to allow the B players to gain so much confidence, and they will quickly force things to a 2v2 retake for OG.
It's good utility for OG here. 2 fire bombs. Searson continuing. CT deep left though, and down he goes. Big looking for a desperate second round now. Refusing to be conditioned on this B bomb site. Oh man, too. He got the shot off faster, but didn't quite land it. And that will be the second round for Big, although there's plenty concern about consistency here with how strong the B bomb site's looking and how determined they are to keep going B.
That's a nice little move by Mantu. I like doing that as an opper. Just kind of elbow peek, try to bait a shot. Obviously, the opper's waiting for him to peek full, kind of lull him to sleep maybe just a little bit, and then pre-fire peek that corner. Mantu had the right idea, just didn't execute it.
Good challenge from MBK there. It is interesting because I do wonder if the meta will ever like shift, that the CTs stop smoking. I don't know if it's actually possible that it could, because what I'm trying to say is that it sucks for the CTs to have to smoke to cross.
You have to.
And
it will never change.
And the problem is that the Ts get, once that smoke goes down, they get the ability to, behind the cover of smoke, find really aggressive timings towards double doors and catwalk. And that's a huge advantage. And the CTs might still get tagged through the doors. So you have to challenge the doors every so often as the CTs. But I wonder if there's another approach that could possibly develop.
You want to know how long people have been smoking those double doors for?
I know, a long time, man.
Since Source. Since Source. It's not going to change because the double doors exist. The T-spawn has too much of a wide spot for them to shoot.
Right.
If you wanted to stop, you need to take it back to 1.6. The T's only had a small window of a shot from T-spawn, not a gigantic gazebo of space, you know? It's just, you got to change up T-spawn if you want people to stop smoking doors. That's it. That's the only way. It's the only way.
Props for gazebo.
it's a
Gazebo
nice
props, gazebo points.
Boomer meter, thank you. Showing my age right there. Source. That's 10 years. People have been smoking those doors.
Man, Source came out 15 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be, you know, like rounding it a little bit.
Why are you exposing him like that, Dan?
Well, I just did because I thought it helped his point.
He's trying to hold on to his youth, man. He's just walking to the Lazarus pit. You're pulling him back.
So yes, 15 years people are smoking doors. I don't know if it's ever going to change.
All right, this is a bit of a mix-up here for OG. They double boost Cat, but they're both tagged down by Searson early on. He already... Oh, wow. What a nade from Tizzy actually to follow that up. Yeah, that's excellent stuff from Big. And OG trying to force the issue in a round. Feels like this is the first time they haven't played completely reactively, and it's not working out for them.
Tizzy naded that from long, right?
Yeah, you bounced it from long, which is awesome.
That's so sick.
Off the skybox, I think.
You can throw flashes there, but that is quite the frag. And Zatara's got places to be, but his bus pass has been taken away. And Guardian Spectre has been kicked off the bus as well. NBK and ESUT remain 2 versus 4. Maybe there was a little potential there with the position they had, but that's come and gone now. And so has their money. So this is Big's entry into the game, having won this round. And you can see they understand the opportunities they have if they can eliminate all the weapons here. I think maybe Tizzy might be dueling with NBK. He's kind of stuck in lower tunnel now. And it seems the rest of Big will just chill out because their money's not spectacular either. They already have good advantage for the next round. They can capitalize on that when the time comes. Although NBK and ESA are the 2 who saved the rifles, who are both top fragging for OG. So maybe they play a default and just take them to B.
So it is a recovery for Big. They've managed to get 4 rounds on the board, and with the possibility of getting many more. Of course, those 7, I think, as already mentioned, is a great half for the CT side that can often be so annoying. And we'll have Big here looking to try to keep things under control. The last round, OG had pistols, was quite dangerous. And this round is no different. Nice flashbang. That's going to take down Citizen. That's a gun there for Issa now. I think it was Issa that picked it up. Either way. Here comes the push. A big one to control the situation, and they have the A site. That's an important Molotov.
Might be a bit of a blessing in disguise. Forces OG off the angle. Now they can save those weapons if they so choose. Probably can allow Alexi B to take that op into the next round. Doesn't look like anybody from the big side is in a position to take him out here. NBK is still hanging out in this cap position, looking for something.
He's feeling it, man. He's 17 for 4. He's like, any chance at a frag, I'll have it.
Yeah, absolutely absolutely get it. Yeah, just keep himself hot. He feels like no one in the server can even touch him right now, but looks like Big won't even challenge him.
So Alexi B stealing that ult away is so huge. What a frag to get. That's going to be annoying if you're Certain. It's small plays like that with those pop flashes that make all the difference, and it's always sad when you see teams that aren't in that mindset on their pistol rounds to try stuff like that more often.
It's very sad, Dan. I agree.
I think both of these teams, Big and OG, take just the right level of initiative on those kind of eco rounds. Just make the opponent uncomfortable enough, whether it's a single flash play or Big have done some interesting plays, actually, double nading and pushing top mid on Mirage, just little things like that that always keep the opponent guessing. Don't let them just run whatever their game plan is.
Well, Citizen got the pick on A long at the beginning of the round, that kind of timing pick through the long doors, fell back, and they're looking like they want to split B right now. Normally in these kinds of situations, it's always going to be more favorable to go A, just because, as you guys can see on the minimap, this is pretty much what happens like 90% of the time when the CTs lose a player early on. They go into 2 on B, 1 on A site / car, and 1 in pit. So it's much easier to isolate the A players. But with that said, Big, you know, they're looking. It's actually looking like they're going for that B play indeed. So we'll see how successful they can be against NBK and Issa. They've both been deadly so far.
Well, it looks to be a bit of a fake, actually.
Oh, they're faking it.
Yeah, the bomb's still on short right now, and there's a caterpillar of players making their way towards that A bomb site. So I wonder if anybody will creep through that smoke in CT spawns. Antares is threatening to do so. There's the flash, man 2. Still scoped in, misses, and they're going to get a lot of map control now towards that A bomb site. We still have Valde in long, but they're losing the range. They've lost the range with the AWP, and I'm not sure that they'll look to throw good money after bad here, especially as the T's are already spread out. Antares in CT spawn kind of compromises their options, and they may feel hunted now. Again, Big trying to just take all their money away as they look to potentially close out this half with a lead.
So I have a couple points here. Obviously, Big are going to win this round, but did they make their lives more complicated than it needed to be with the faking the B split there? Because it feels like if they're on catwalk and in a position to just set a piece, it feels like that's actually stronger to just go for it as opposed to.
I think it's all part of the conditioning of Big's play style. They just want OG to keep guessing, keep him moving. And a map
That's a
like
good point.
And a map like Dust 2, mid splits are very dangerous, and it usually causes CTs to over-rotate because, you know, there's a wall of smoke in CT spawn, and there's usually only 2 people playing towards that B bomb site. So it's probably some kind of conditioning game plan, I think.
Even if it just moves a player out of that goose position on A and forces one into CT spawn as Big throughout those mid to B smokes, then that's a job done. That's just dislodging them, but didn't seem to really come into play in the previous round. That being said, I like how Eric brings up it could be a conditioning factor. The fact that now the next time Big throw mid to B smokes, they might hesitate around that, then throw cat smokes again and play a double fake off of it. There's a lot of options now that will make OG think this game plan for Big isn't quite as straightforward as they may have first assumed.
Citizen gets the opening pick again, this time to MBK towards B. Issa does trade back though, which is good, but he's on a FAMAS, so he doesn't have a lot of firepower to hold this site. He will fall out actually as the flashes come in, and you can see Xantares is looking for him, and Xantares will find him. But somehow Issa defends with the FAMAS, still keeping himself alive. And a 3 versus 4 here, there's almost, in fact, there's basically no post-plant utility at this point left in the hands of Big, so they've got to get it done off the shots, and it's exactly what's going to happen there. Another shot ringing in, and another one in favor of Big. It's up to AlexiB now. It's got that Deagle out, just barely able to take down tabseN. But there goes the trade. 7-7, and Big are back in the game here. They actually might finish with a better score than OG, which is insane.
You know, I'll be honest. I think the scoreline's a little deceiving because OG having 7 rounds is pretty much the heroics of MBK on 2 important rounds where you got those 4 kills. One was on the pistol. That probably saved them about 3 rounds right there. And like on the first or second gun round, I think it was on the second gun round, where MBK should have died but killed 4 people towards A. And that's like, I don't know, that's probably 5 rounds right there that could have went in Big's favor, in my opinion.
This was 7-1 at one point. Big is making a monster comeback in this game, and it doesn't even feel like they're really sweating it. A lot of these rounds have been pretty clean cut for them, other than those ones that you mentioned from NBK, Eric. Those were a little hairy, but Valde, he's going to have to come up with some heroics of his own. But what a great angle. That is...
Is that boost?
I think he just jumped on the barrel.
Barrel.
Yeah.
Sick.
That is so smart from tabseN, who hasn't even had to come up as an individual thus far. But Montu may do just that. He's able to find one, looking for more. Cannot find the second shot, but this fight on ramp is so important, but he can't end up with the kill.
It has been a half of whiffs for him with the AWP, and coming into Dust 2 as the first map a little cold is a horrible experience, and that will certainly help Big take a lead at half-time. That is quite the comeback, but are 7 rounds on the CT side enough for OG? Find out after the break.
The first half between OG and Big had many looks, but it's safe to say I feel like Big really came out the better overall. It was a hot start for MBK, but characterized otherwise by a bunch of misses from Mantu, put OG in an uncomfortable position. We'll have to see if that's something that they can remedy here, as we have Citizen already going aggressive, but he'll get discovered here on this pistol. And trades will continue in the mid area, and in that madness, OG will take the initiative towards this long position, but Xantares denies it. Beautiful stuff from him, leaving just AlexiB against 4 players. It's not an easy task here for OG. They needed a good start, but it's not shaping up that way. It doesn't even look like he's going to get a bomb plant, which would be really useful.
But he has a Neo sticker on his gun, so I want to believe that he'll win this round.
Because of the Neo sticker?
Because of the Neo sticker.
Wouldn't it be more of a curse?
I don't know. We'll see.
Depends what Neo you get.
Exactly.
And what game you're even playing.
Hopefully it's the 1.6 version.
Oh man,
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's the wrong.
Wrong Neo.
Yeah. All right, Big continuing their streak of rounds here. They were down 7-1 in this game, and now they are up 9-7. They have won 8 straight.
Yeah, Big's been looked better just overall. The timings, the teamwork, just a little more crisper. It's just OG's individual skill actually pulled him out a lot of rounds that first half.
If Mantu was having a good game...
That's why I chose Big. That's why I chose Big, even though OG kept winning the rounds rather, but the way in which they're winning the rounds, I felt like Big were kind of playing better or were stronger.
Call them big fundamentals, you know? You know what they're doing sometimes, but you can't stop it. This is too good of teamwork. You need better teamwork.
This could actually get a bit messy here, depending on if Citizen's able to do any damage here. He does get one connection, but this is a guaranteed short plant. This is an extremely common way to play this round. I would actually venture to say this is probably the most common way to play this round as the T side, but you can see that the CT's playing that retake style. It's actually going to be 2 kills going the way of OG there, and I actually think that CTs should try to challenge this. More so than playing retake. I think that you can, with one well-placed incendiary on a round like this, it kind of really wrecks the T side. A player in Goose, for example, can just win these rounds outright.
Yeah. Depends on how you want to look at it, really. If you want them to defuse the bomb, or if you want them to, you know, have the bomb down, but you guaranteed more lives as the CT, or do you challenge them, preventing them having the bomb down, but you have more of a risk of getting picked off, or something like that. Really depends on your setup and preference. But OG taking the more conservative side, let them plant, and now OG has a nice amount of money to work with for these next couple rounds, or one round.
Oh, look at the position though of, well, we'll get to that in just a moment.
Oh,
Good
nice.
nade. That's an excellent nade from Taps. And the spray comes out though, and they're not able to find anything.
Ooh.
Just one kill actually on the side of Big there, and now OG have full long control. This is going to shift a fast rotation out of Big. They had a player in lower at the beginning of this round, but now he's activated. Keto wants to get that MP9 involved towards middle. He's putting so much pressure on NBK here, and he actually seemingly secured the cap position by himself from lower B tunnels. That's a interesting look. And now OG recognize that the space has been taken away from them. There's players on that A site already. There's a player on Catwalk, and they're rethinking things here. They still have a minute to play with, so time is on their side.
Oh, so cool that Keto fell back just in case. So he could catch NBK off guard if he goes back down the stairs again. It was awkward for him from start to finish with the MP9. Not really a duel he wanted to take. And NBK's made his way towards Xbox, and down the stairs again goes Keto, as you can see on the radar, but he might miss him as he goes up. Oh, he's seen his head, but again, it's not a reliable duel with the MP9, but he can raise the alarm to his teammate. He's kind of stuck in a goose position now, with Long being taken, but Searson, of course, delivers a kill regardless, overperforming in a really bad positional situation. By time now, got a flash from his teammate, won't work though. Keto's picked up the AK-47, so he has a chance, but he will rotate his position all the way to long, it seems. And they're 1 versus 2.
This is really smart. He knows that for 7 seconds they can't plant, then they have to plant us another 3.5 seconds, so he gets all this time to rotate, but there's someone waiting for him. Oh, he annihilates Mantu, takes his head right off with that AK, and now it's just next bullet wins effectively. Here we'll see if LXCB can find that headshot, or if Keto is going to be able to figure out his position in time. Oh, there it is, that car providing the cover that's so necessary, the smoke for additional cover to make his way across to defuse this bomb, create that pressure. It's a lot of time to play with here for Keto. He's going to try to bait out a jump here from AlexiB. AlexiB not having it though. AlexiB playing this very smart. It's wasting a lot of time for Keto. There comes the jump down. Oh, AlexiB! Oh! So intelligent from him. He is the IGL of OG for a reason.
But Big found the defuse.
God damn, that was so close. I didn't even realize.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Big got the round. To win a round in a 3v5 situation, that's a tough pill to swallow. Yikes. On the OG side. And AlexiB played it so well, and he just couldn't find that first jumping kill. Just barely gave him enough time to defuse.
I have no sympathy for jump kills. Good.
Yeah, he should. Honestly, yeah.
Good.
If you're,
That's how you play it like that.
if you're a classicist, you would not be a fan of the jumping kill from AlexiB, but it works from time to time in this game.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it how it is now, because now some of the time it will be accurate, whereas before it was just like, bro. You know, with the scout, with everything, it was just
It was
a little stupid. And it's cool to do jumping stuff and have hype and stuff, but
Yeah.
but when you can reliably do jumping stuff, it's Call of Duty.
It's a different game.
Great point, James.
Yeah, it's an arcade game as opposed to.
Real life. This is a real shooter with real life physics. Get shot in the head and you're just walking around still.
OG looking like they might want to get this B split on the go, and took Catwalk away and everything, but little do they know, OG, or rather, sorry, Big, have 3 towards B. So this is actually going to play quite nicely into Big setup. We'll see if OG can actually break this. There's the lineup, and that's a lot of damage done already from just one shot. Keto is quite dangerous, just going to stay alive for as long as possible, taking pot shots as and when he can. The smoke is down in the tunnel here, which allows the situation to get reset for the CTs. This is a huge problem. Keto, can he find it? Can't find it. Still can't find it. Doesn't have to rush this one, as his teammates are doing a great job for the support, and just Easy stuff here. Look at how OG have been contained completely in the tons.
Yeah, Big have perfect information at this point. Tizian on the big flank, and all right, well, Big will win the round off of time. Oh, tabseN pushing forward. Oh, that's going to really hurt the money of OG there.
Lol.
Man,
Nice.
we were just on the edge of our seats that entire time, hoping that k1to would shoot one collateral.
Yeah, I needed to see it. I needed to see like 3 die at once, man. It was just,
The conservative approach, though, does work out for Big in that round. They're able to stop OG in their tracks. They had him cornered from every single angle, and I mean, we know what was behind the smoke, but k1to, he plays it safe. He waits for the players to come out, and he gets the earned kills, the safe kills. Because how bad would it look if he shoots one shot, and that moment is when they all pop through the smoke, take him out? He wants to play it smart. I can't blame him.
Yeah, his teammates are doing such a good job and like supporting him there as well. Yeah, I think he felt no urgency really after he dropped his smoke to keep himself alive. And it was kind of crazy that OG couldn't find the moment to get out there, which is a shame. But at the same time, big stacked 3 towards B that round. So I don't know what kind of clairvoyance is going on over the big side of things, but that was the perfect round to stack 3B.
who is Claire?
Clairvoyance.
Nice nade. Chunked Valde to 14 HP. Must have hit him on the noggin.
NBK
Sound cues is giving NBK an opportunity to try and take him out. It's a pretty good job from NBK. It's so close to finishing him off. 5 HP. Really got to be careful about backing off like that when you're so close to a corner. Great awareness from NBK, but he was not rewarded. But it still could come into play later. They know that player is super low, so they may target him with these mostly crap weapons.
Looks like they will. They make their way up catwalk now. Surson still at that ramp position with just 5 HP. He has to be so quick with these shots, or at least get some nice support. But it does look like the rotations will come out. tabseN is already there to help his buddy. And he's moving onto the ramp himself. Surson will play more towards the car position. The hit does begin here, and it's looking pretty good for Big. They're stopping this all in its tracks. Excellent utility. And it doesn't look like there's a great chance for any sort of bomb plan unless Issa can find something out of absolutely nothing. But he won't be able to get that opportunity, at least at ramp. We'll look towards mid now, and Big are just cleaning this one up. Okay, 1 kill there for Alexi B. That's probably not the result they were looking for, but they'll take it.
Seems like smooth sailing for Big here. They haven't lost a round this half yet, and that would mean that they have won
12 in a row.
5 in this half straight, and yeah, 12 in a row. Meaning that they've lost only 1 round of the last 14 rounds, 13 rounds even. That's not good. That's not good if you're OG. Alexi B might try to get a little bit funky here. Is he going to make a play through the smoke? He could do that with a pop flash that a teammate could provide from top mid. It's quite a common pop flash that's thrown in the defaults to clear out these close positions. There it is.
Mancy's got no flash though. Oh.
Don't know where it came from, but there it was.
There's a console command. The cheats are on. Minute 15 for OG, who've taken some position towards short. Issa will go fishing. No spray behind that Molotov. And k1to will just hold on to his smoke grenade. Almost got baited there. NBK again trying to catch Citizen out of position, but this time Citizen will leave with all his health. 1 minute now. And we got Tizian getting closer to those long doors, where Valde's just been sitting, biding his time. But it's getting close to time for OG to make a play here.
Yeah, that play from NBK looked quite desperate. Trying to just chase a frag like that. Come back to that point here, see if they can deal with Tizian. He's in the corner, gets the first. It gets a dink on the second player, and given that it's a 4 versus 3 in favor of Big, they're looking pretty solid right now. Citizen, with a good connection towards Catwalk, will keep the effort alive on this A side. Jumping AWP shot, attempted. Not going to work out for him though. Flashbangs to delay these Ts as the rotation comes through, and they're going to line up for Citizen. Cinematic stuff there. Quad kill
You
for
have
him.
to, James.
See you on YouTube, boys.
Nice stuff coming from Big. And Big's looking pretty unstoppable right now. Like,
yes.
literally unstoppable. Nothing's working for OG. It's not even close.
Yeah, you could see the desperation play attempt coming out from NBK towards Catwalk. That actually worked for Keto in the previous half, and it kicked off this run for Big, more or less. But OG just couldn't make it happen.
Where's that go? Is that just a flashbang? He's holding flash?
Yeah, fast B play. This is so desperate here for OG. It feels like Big have been ready for everything so far this half, and here comes another quick push onto the B side. The AWP is doing a good job. Keto gets the first one. The chain flashes are certainly making things difficult, but every single kill going the way of Big, except one right at the end from
Holy
Alexi
crap.
B. But Big are not to be trifled with on the B side, the A side, anywhere on the map right now. You cannot test them at all.
This is the run. Dust 2 done quick. Well, kind of.
If they close
Come on,
this
Big.
out,
14 rounds in a row, man.
yeah, if they close it out with 15 straight, that would be insane going into map 2.
Yeah.
The level of confidence that Big will have on Inferno is just, you can't mess with it. And that's a good start here to make that happen. Long play comes out, and okay, all right, Valde able to take down one. Good nade damage, and oh man, Surson just picking them apart from Catwalk as well. This Big play is just so one-dimensional now. It's all the info is known for the Big side. It's just Alexi B in the 1v4 trying to find something, but it's not looking good for him. He is able to find a single kill, but Keto is quick to trade him in. Big with 15 rounds straight to close this map out.
Wow.
Yikes. That is such a performance from them. 1-0 in this series. OG started to run out of ideas, and it's, I don't know how to, like, where do we even begin the discussion on this one? But Big have to be feeling it right now. It looked like they were starting off cold, but it's, I don't know where the team went for OG, but they've got to find something here. We'll have to discuss this one more and really get into the nitty-gritty of Dust 2 after the break.